Pepe Sylvia. Pepe Sylvia. I got boxes full of Pepe.
Gather round and listen to a tale of brave souls, big and small, where they go on adventures, where they may trip but never fall. Trials, triumphs, and doing their best. Join us, friends, on a stumble quest.
Last time on Stumble Quest, Brix and Will haggle some terms for the boat appraisal within the guild, and Knack arrives in an elephantine surprise at the train station, plants a tree, and finds out the gang has really been his friends all along.
Unless anybody wants to do anything else that's silly.
No, I'm good.
Nah.
No, so like nothing bad happens on the train, right?
No, it's a great trip.
That's
it goes
crazy.
very smoothly.
Something horrible's gonna happen.
I can't tell if you're
from the
lying.
tone of your voice.
No, I'm being 100% serious.
So we get to Jonstrom, no issues?
Completely uneventful.
I'm so scared. Something so bad is gonna happen to us.
I think the only thing, because how long is the ride? We would get there at night, basically, right? Was the idea?
No, this is essentially like a bullet train.
Amazing.
You guys get there like midday.
Amazing.
So you get up first thing in the morning and you arrive midday.
Cool.
So, in what feels like relatively no time at all, the train pulls into Jonstrom's South Central Station. You disembark, and you are immediately confronted with the tall, excessively ornate architecture you recall from when you were last in the city. This particular train station, as well as its sister station in the north, house a number of small little shops within its massive gargoyle-adorned walls. Things like bakeries and small trinkets or odds and ends that an average traveler may find interesting.
I love trinkets.
As well, some small pockets act as a sort of miniature museum.
I love museums.
With small remnants of ancient crumbling structures on display inside the station.
I love ancient crumbling. It's just...
They are watched over by guards and fenced off. These sort of displays are not uncommon in the area, so much so that the sight of them ceases to register to the average citizen. Because Jonstrom and pretty much all of Castell is built largely around these ancient ruins and things.
You guys, I
Hence,
love this
with
place.
the runes that they use for their technology and such.
Brix gets off the train and immediately is just like, oh my god, that was the worst train ride yet. I hated it. Every moment was agony.
Woof.
What the fuck?
I had to listen to Art cry the entire way home.
I didn't cry even one time.
I heard you. I heard you crying. I heard you crying. You thought that Socks was the main character, and then you were crying into Knack's shoulders. I heard you.
That was Knack.
Knack, tell me, was Art the one crying all the way back?
Yes,
See? Knack would
Absolutely.
never lie.
like a baby. Yes.
I've seen that coming.
Fuck. At what point I want Art to just be like, you know what? Fuck you
guys.
man.
I'm so like, at what point is Art just like, I'm tired? Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go ape shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go ape shit?
After Knack says yes to that statement, Oswalt puts his hand on Art's shoulder.
Art does the shocked Pikachu face to complete the cycle of all of us having done it.
Fuck's sakes.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Mm-hmm. If you guys could kindly roll me a spot.
No.
No?
Why would I do that?
15.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
God damn.
Oh,
So,
no.
can
Oh, I did shitty.
I did badly.
shitty.
Shitty.
I rolled a 12.
18.
11.
14.
Okay.
Damn, I love this city. I haven't been to Jonstrom since, like, the stalking incident of 300 years ago.
Excuse
Who?
me?
I'm sorry. The what?
Oh, I guess we met you up at King's Peak, and when we came back to Jonstrom, you weren't there.
Mm-mm.
And we met you again in, like, was it Dockry or was it just, yeah. Huh.
You only take me to shitholes. I love this place. I can't believe I didn't get to be here.
To be fair, we didn't take you anywhere. You just kept showing up.
That's true. That's true.
You came to us. We
I
did not find you.
You're gonna
So
have to forgive Art. He's very hormonal right now.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's okay. It's okay. He's right, though. I do like, showing up, disappearing, showing up again.
Art and Will, you guys notice something. Something catches your eye, specifically in these little museum pocket thingies. A pillar, roughly 10 feet tall, and surrounded by since eroded walls. It was assumed to be a sort of support pillar, albeit an unusually decorative one, with sort of a large round bauble at the top of it. Now, seeing it, something about the markings on it doesn't quite sit right with you.
Is this like the pillar in the desert?
Roll a something.
Great. I guess I'll do that.
Yeah. If we're, like, having this argument and then Will, like, points out, it's like, wait a minute. And Art's like, whoa, wait.
Yeah. Wait, pillar.
wait, we've got shit to do.
Plot.
Plot.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you roll a knowledge arcana?
Only a 7, but my arcana is really good, so.
Could I roll a knowledge religion, perhaps?
17.
Okay. You could, yes.
I would love to do that, because my knowledge religion is sick. Good, I only rolled a 5, but that means I got a 20.
Oh my god!
Let's go.
I rolled a 7 only, but same.
Yeah.
Okay, so between the two of you, your shared overlapping expertise, you are able to discern that this is not the same type of thing as the one in the desert, although it is of strikingly similar make. What does eventually come to mind as you're kind of looking it over is that it looks like a giant version of your magic dowsing rods.
Oh.
Huh.
Not like one-to-one. Some of the symbols on it are a little bit different.
Is this like a giant magic detector thingamajig here in the middle of town?
Wait, so the actual, like, pillar looks like it doesn't have, like, a picture of one on it? It, like, the pillar looks like it?
No, the pillar itself looks like a 10-foot version of your metal dowsing rods.
Interesting. And so does it have, like, the same markings?
A lot of the markings do line up one-to-one, but not all of them.
And this was here last time?
I mean...
This has just always been here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jonstrom always has, like, ancient bits of an old civilization that's just kind of around, but like it's up until now, just based on what else has been around it, it just looked like a fancy support pillar because there's like crumbling walls all around it, and it's just this big, tall, cylindrical thing. So there was no reason to think it was anything else.
Right.
Cool.
Huh.
Indeed.
Do you think this is for detecting magic?
I mean, it could be at one point, and it's definitely related to these things. We have to go find Withersby. We have so much to talk about.
Look at us, huh? You seeing this
Look at
pillar,
us.
me seeing this pillar. It's almost like destiny. Damn.
Who'd have thought?
Sure, yeah.
Damn.
We can keep going.
See, I gotta go back to being like hot and mean. 'Cause this isn't working.
Because this ain't it, fam.
I let myself be vulnerable for one moment.
Okay, I'm gonna take a note of all the symbols that are different on the thing,
Okay.
and then I'll go.
Okay. So you walk away with 4 symbols that differ.
Okay. Make a little scribble of them.
Are you doing like a rubbing of it?
Yeah.
Are you being at all subtle in doing this?
There are guards.
And? It's just a pillar. What, I can't do a rubbing of the pillar?
Hey! What are you
Oh
doing?
my god. What? What's wrong?
The fencing!
Oh.
And it's clearly a protected site.
Yeah, well, I just really like the symbols. I'm just taking a little drawing of them. It's okay, right?
Yeah, chill out.
What? I mean...
I didn't damage it at all.
Art will come back if this is happening and be like, I'm so sorry. We're with the guild, and this is relevant to one of our investigations. If you could just
Relax.
let them be for a moment.
Yeah, you're exaggerating.
And he'll flash his little guild card.
Yeah. Everybody's being really emotional today, let's be honest.
You're cool, right?
Are we cool?
You're cool, right?
Yeah.
You think you're cool?
Yeah. Are we cool?
This is a secret investigation. You need to back up.
Oh, yeah? Secret investigation? Yeah. Is that why you're doing a rubbing out of the thing?
Yes.
Listen,
Yes,
it could
we
have
need
been
these symbols, okay?
It could have been done by now. If you would just let my associate finish up here.
No, you're being for real, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, oh. I mean, I gotta be honest, I don't know enough about how the guild works. I'm new.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't really dispute this.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna go tell my supervisor just to make sure that, this ain't on me.
I'm really done. If you would stop talking, I would just walk away.
All right! Jesus!
Okay,
yeah, and honestly,
God.
it would probably be best if you just
get
stayed
up.
at your post.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once we leave, a bunch of people just got off a train. There might be people in here who actually, may touch and intend to damage or whatever this pillar. So you probably want to...
Keep an eye out.
Look, all right, fine, whatever. Just, can you, okay, look, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, walk away. Walk away, buddy.
Aw.
Finish up.
I fold the paper and put it in my boot pocket. And I go over the railing and leave.
Damn, we fucking destroyed that guy.
With facts and logic.
What a fucking
Poor guy.
What a tool.
Stepping out of the station, you can now see nearly the entire city of Jonstrom sprawled out before you, with its buildings stacked upon each other all along the walls of the canyon, curly Q iron detailing, elevated roads, all of that, and towering above all the other buildings to a nearly comical degree, reaching from the floor of the canyon and poking up above its edge, is the unmistakable City Hall Tower, a striking sight for even permanent residents. All the way on the other side of the city/canyon is the Guild Hall. Also in that direction is the museum where Withersby works.
Very good.
I mean, Art is very goal-oriented, and we'll go straight to the museum if no one has any complaint.
Yes, I'm going.
You would want to go straight to the museum.
I would, yes.
You giant
I love
nerd.
museums. I
I
like money.
am a huge nerd, Brix. It's true, you've found me out. I've tried to keep it under wraps for so long.
I knew it.
Now, hot damn. That's a hell of a sight. Wow.
Welcome to the city.
What, the huge nerd? Yeah, I mean, look at him.
Art rolls his eyes.
I mean, yeah, he's a nerd, whatever. But, damn, though. Damn, though.
It's pretty impressive.
Are you a nerd too?
I mean,
I
yeah, kind of.
would assume so. You invent things.
Kind of nerdy, depending on who you ask, I guess.
So more of a geek then.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
I can't believe I gave you one of my sleeping masks.
I appreciate it, by the way.
It's fine.
Brix just stoically like...
Let's go see Withersby.
Yeah, so we can go see Withersby.
Hell yeah.
And I can take you up to the guild. We can look at when the next recruitment day is going to be. But I think until then, you're more than welcome to continue along with us.
Cool.
If you please.
So who's this Withersby guy? Is he, some kind of, collector or something?
A little bit. He was researching a legend and sent us to look after it. We started finding some pretty concerning things that are happening now. And we've been investigating.
Yeah? That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things?
I mean, I think we can discuss as we stay here how much folks need to know and how much you are willing to continue along with it.
Okay. Yeah. It's worrying, but that's fine.
I won't lie and say that it's not a little bit worrying. But we're doing our best.
And when you say researching a legend,
I'm assuming that you guys are like on your way.
Yeah,
okay.
we're
Yeah,
walking,
yeah.
walk and talk. Yeah.
when you say researching a legend, now, I've heard people say similar things before. In my own experience, that usually just means going around stealing. Is that
what?
roughly-
What? Shut up! What? No.
I mean, it has been a little bit going around stealing, but if it makes it any better, we stole the things from my family, largely.
I mean, it's not really a thing about being good or bad. I don't really care. Just like, I just want to be clear. Like, is this Withersby? Have you? Because there's like this guy. He also hires people to research. You know, big rich guy collects a whole bunch of stuff. Is this guy anything like that? Actually, is he that guy?
Who is that? Do you know his name?
Well, I mostly just know him as the Collector.
Interesting.
It's just what he's known as in some circles.
Would you know him if you saw him?
I think so.
Is he like, you know, a funny little guy, professor type? He might be a goblin like you, actually. He is very small.
No, he's a gnome, I believe.
Oh, yeah?
I mean,
Is
he's
he a
not
gnome?
huge.
Yes, he is a gnome.
Okay.
He's just so small. They all kind of look, you know, small to me.
If we meet him and he is the Collector, I would like you, I think, to tell us after the meeting.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we have been stealing quite a few things, and we do know that there are people out there who probably shouldn't have them.
Okay.
If Withersby is one of those people, we should know.
Well, what do you know about this Collector guy?
Well, I do know that he likes to get his hands on things that actually probably fit exactly with that description. Things that someone like him probably shouldn't have. He's got a number of villas all over the place. He's got one in Capaman down to the southwest. He's got like a whole thing going there with the governor. I don't know. I mean, he's not the biggest guy. I've never seen him myself, but I've heard descriptions of him. But I feel like it's enough that I could probably go on. Usually wears a real frilly gold-lined ascot. I don't know.
Does Withersby usually wear a really frilly gold-line ascot? I don't think so. I feel like that's
No,
never been part of
he
his
wears a bow
description.
tie.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the same guy.
This guy sounds like a mafia boss, not like a teacher.
You know, you can wear two different neck accessories at different times, you know?
Says you.
It's true.
No, I mean, I have fashion sense, says Oswalt.
Ooh.
Withersby could be the Collector's alter ego. We don't know.
Yeah, that is also possible.
Possible.
You think you know somebody.
Oswald's just going to continue to trust him blindly, even when the big evil speech comes out and he's like, I'm the Collector. I'll be like, oh, you don't got to make that kind of shit up, Withersby.
All right.
Don't say that just to appease
Just
the
be
masses,
chill.
Withersby.
If anybody would like to make any stops to look for anything on the way, so you guys have made good time. It's like a little past noon.
You mean things that we need? Like if we need to shop for them?
Yeah, or something like that.
I mean, to be fair, we aren't going to get any money until
No,
we talk to
exactly.
Withersby.
That's fair. All right.
So I'd love to talk to this man and get a fucking salary because I have had under
Yeah.
200 gold for 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, make your way to the north side of the canyon / city. You find your way to the museum, and it's pretty much exactly how you recall. Not really anything has changed. Upon entering, Scaff is now like,
Oh, this guy's definitely like, look at what is this place? This is where this guy lives.
This is a museum, Scat.
Oh, yeah, this is a museum. This is a collection of
What the hell is a museum?
Right?
place that collects historic artifacts for display to the general public.
Oh, what like for fun?
For educational purposes, largely. You know your history, know where you've come from.
Is there any money to be made in this?
Not exact. Well, I mean, Withersby has money, but I think mostly in the form of grants,
Donations.
donations.
It's not a business.
Yes,
but then who cares?
It's philanthropy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Scaff has never seen a museum.
There you go. Lots of beautiful things in here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you sure this isn't like a for sale thing?
No,
no,
it's really just philanthropy
What the fuck?
for the education and the art.
Ugh. Who would bother?
Nerds.
I mean, it is beneficial to know your history, to be able to build on it and move along as a society.
Get a load of this, nerd, am I right?
Oh my god, right?
Yeah, get over.
Who wants to learn from their mistakes?
It's
Not me.
It's also not lost on me the fact that, like, Scaff is probably the same age as fucking Brix and Knack. Like, or, like, a little older. Like, goblins do not live that long, generally.
No. I mean, they live a little longer than Thrycreen.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be like a teenager.
My god.
Yeah. So you're just perusing the museum for a moment, bumming around, when all of a sudden you hear a delighted gasp from down the hall and hear very quick little pitter-pattery footsteps.
Here it comes.
Oh my goodness, hello.
We hated that. Our cat hated that. Right away.
Withersby, hello. We
Hello.
have so much to talk
Someone
about.
doesn't know me
So
now.
wonderful to see you and your new friends.
Yes.
Like the tall, handsome one and the goblin.
Yeah, I am.
Damia's here
And
too.
this beautiful older woman.
That's told you you're so nondescript. It's not just me. I'm not being me.
I was just trying to think of a good way
Yeah,
of describing it.
Yes. So I am.
Looking very familiar for some reason.
I'm Scarlet's brother.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, I am here to.
She never told me about you.
Yeah, she's a bitch that way. So I am fulfilling her contract. I'm here on her behalf. She cannot.
Highly unorthodox. I assume you are also a member of the guild then?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yes.
Please come into my office. We must discuss this further. Come.
Art, like, side eyes Will, not saying anything to Withersby.
This is being way more inconvenient than I expected.
I mean, you could have just said that, you know?
Who would believe that?
Art kind of like, who would believe that she has a brother that looks exactly like her,
listen, I
that she's
can't-
never talked about?
I can't do that, okay, because I did some things while I looked like this, and they cannot be associated with her. So I can't do that.
Okay. All right.
It would be bad. I like my job. It pays me a lot of money. I'd like to continue doing it. So
Okay, sure, but these things that you did aren't gonna, like, come back on us at any point. Are they?
Probably not. I would expect everyone's dead by now. I'm like banking on that, you know.
Right. Okay.
Damn, whatever you did must have happened a really long time ago, like 15 years, God.
Yeah, try like 300. But yes. Same, you know, like that, at least 15.
At least.
At
15.
least.
Eh.
Yeah, we'll go into Withersby's little
Yeah.
office-y back room.
Okay. So, again, pretty much as you remember, the only big difference is there's so much more paperwork all over the place than last time. Just all over the place, notes. Like, he's got a cork board up on one wall
Mm-hmm.
that's just, like, got pins of things and, like...
I'd love to look at the pins of things and how things are connected. I'd love to look at this little conspiracy board. Because
Brett, is it killing people?
we've had so much information.
Pepe Sylvia.
Pepe Sylvia.
I got boxes full of Pepe.
It all goes back to Pepe Sylvia.
I said, Carol! She doesn't exist. There's no...
Not only do all of these
Withersby,
people...
not only do all these people
Exist.
exist, but they have been waiting for their mail for
For
days.
days.
What have you found? You must tell me, you must show me, you must give me
Well-
all the things.
What did
I
we
think-
find? I don't even remember.
This is the yeah. I think we should sit down somewhere in private and perhaps discuss what the last major update you got from us was. A lot's happened.
As I recall, we spoke
very briefly, you had mentioned following up on a legend from your homeland, I believe, something to do with the Wanderer. I believe you said you found some object of interest, an artifact, as it were, that seemed to sort of line up with what we'd been investigating prior. I believe I gave you some sort of an update on the nonsense going on up north. Nothing to worry about, really. Nothing interesting.
No, but that is the impending threat of war?
Ah,
Would
yes.
that be? Yeah, okay. Just
No matter.
making sure.
That
I
does
think
not
maybe we're
concern
heading up
me.
north after. It might. We might be heading up there soon, though. Like, whatever.
Well, what do I care if the peasants are killing each other?
Well, if you are headed in that direction, then it very much does concern me, and I will have to educate myself more on matters.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that we had also heard about similar legends in Bell, which would take us fairly close to the northern borders. But that's
troublesome.
Troublesome, yes, and possibly... Is he sitting down?
No, not at present.
Yeah. Art's gonna be like, you may want to sit down.
How can I sit when such exciting discoveries are afoot?
Right. We hadn't really discussed how much we are going to tell this guy. Art is defaulting to everything, including the fact that we maybe killed Elf Jesus.
Yeah, same. I mean, just to be frank, Oswalt has no reason to be suspicious of this guy.
No, nor
So-
like Art doesn't have reason to be suspicious. He's just learning that maybe the authority figures in his life do not need as much authority as he's been giving them. Yeah, but
Fair.
I think at this point, like, this information, like Withersby having this information, isn't a threat to him. So yeah, I think we would take him through. God, like, did we find anything in Dockright? I don't think so, except for the god. We found Cal, but that's not really relevant to Withersby. That's relevant to us.
Yeah.
So yeah, Art will, I think, take Withersby through what we found when we got to Mondon, which was some stuff in the Wanderer's Temple, and then, you know, finding out about the connection between the stuff we've been looking at and these artifacts of power, and then the Church of the One God.
Mm.
At which point he might sideline and be like, that's why Damia's here. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, this thing happened when we were in Dockray. And this guy just keeps showing up. Pepe Sylvia. You know what I mean. Then taking him through, like, the Mundonian Church having texts that do seem to be original texts of the One God in, like, the restricted family-only section. And then finding maybe Elf Jesus, the Wanderer.
Orangina aliens.
Orangina aliens.
Spaceship.
Finding Elf Jesus and murdering him and taking his artifact and
then, like, pulling it apart.
finding
Okay.
other artifacts and the spaceship.
You do relay the bits of the Wanderer legends that weren't with what you had heard before, like the accounts from the two people about the Wanderer being maybe a little bit weird.
Yeah. And also, like, the fact that maybe we were in the Wanderer's home for a bit. I think maybe we found the Wanderer's, like, actual house and then summoned what we felt was probably his resting place and ended up in a thing that was nothing like we'd ever seen before, and then cue batteries, cue, like, the ancient tech.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, like, taking him through all that, and then probably finishing, and, like, and then when we got off the train, we realized that, like, these little guys that we picked up at some point look exactly like the big old thing in the train station, and these things detect magic, and maybe that thing detects magic, and this has gotten a lot bigger and more convoluted, I think, than any of us had anticipated.
Yeah, I can't speak for anybody else in the group, but I'm thoroughly fucking confused. Usually, all the time now.
So, question. While giving the whole spiel, I assume you have the artifacts with you and are, like, showing them to him.
I
Okay.
would say we, like, as each thing is story relevant, Art would, like, wave for it to be taken out or, like, put down on a table. You know, if Will doesn't want to, like, let go of the shield, show him the shield, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And also, like, occasionally looking at Scaff and Damia and being like, Damia's gotten kind of sort of most of the updates. That's how we convinced her to come along. But, like, this is Scaff's first time hearing everything. So he's probably like,
oh, yeah. No, Scaff's like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You killed Jesus.
Okay, hold on. What? I don't even know where to start.
We can grab a few drinks after, I think.
Don't try, yeah.
Yeah.
Great, sounds good.
And then at one point, I saw a goat, and he became my son.
You do have a goat that we have forgotten about a few times, but you have a.
How
he's
dare
probably
you.
here right now eating some important paperwork.
Goat appears.
I say,
Yeah.
please control the goat. These are very important documents.
He's a growing boy.
He probably shouldn't be allowed in this room, to be fair.
A solid point.
Racist.
But I was just too excited. Now,
So, as you've been bringing up everything, did you also mention the orb that you guys got out of the puzzle box, or no?
I'm guessing everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I feel like we would have potentially even told him about that before.
I feel like that was like a whole thing, is that he hadn't been told about that one prior.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
It's all on the table, baby. We told him we killed Elf Jesus. I'm here for everything.
All right.
I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. There's probably someone fucking trying to murder me. I don't think we've told him that. It's not really relevant.
No. So, the mentioning of the orb and talking about the shield are what have piqued Witherspee's interest the most, very visibly.
That makes sense.
Talking about the batteries did intrigue him for a second, but not nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
Does he express this with his words or just with his little face?
With very, exaggerated gestures. Like, they're very obvious.
Okay. So he's not, trying to keep secrets or anything. He's just like,
no.
Whoa! Yeah, and,
Yeah,
those are mostly the ancient tech. And I do think there is merit to saying that, someone is trying to replicate the ancient tech right now. So there is someone out there who probably has more of this story than we do. That kind of thing.
that is not relevant to my interests. What I am interested in is the things you have collected now.
This is fair.
May I see?
I assume he has the orb at least.
Yeah, guessing we put them around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's just kind of turning it over in his hands and looking over it, studying it as it were.
I mean, if you have any insight to how this might connect to things or what it may be.
Yes, indeed, I believe I do.
And he points back to his funny little conspiracy board.
Nice. Take me through the funny little conspiracy board.
Now, in compiling notes from all different regions of Castell, but specifically the temple that you discovered south of Coombe. Now, in that, shall we say, pyramid-like structure with the murals, underneath that was a sort of old archive, like a library almost. It had all sorts of things from ancient tales and just record keeping to what looked like design documents, sort of related to the drawings all over the walls in the other parts of the ruins. Now, from what I can discern, it seems like the ancients had put together some sort of device of some kind that was used to... This part is unclear, so forgive me. But it seems like it was used to win a war. This single object won a war by itself, essentially. And fearing its power, a group had come together. I assume the group that had originally designed and built it, and dismantled it, and spread it apart. It seems as though there was some debate as to whether it should have been completely destroyed or kept intact and preserved, and they opted to find a sort of middle ground. And that's where we are now. I had some kind of it.
He begins rifling through papers and things.
It had a specific name that kept on coming up, a title of some...
Star Killer.
Not that. It was the conduit. There it is. Yes, I have found it.
It's the same thing.
You know, possibly, now that you say. Intriguing.
He begins writing down notes feverishly.
Is or is not the conduit the thing we fought?
Was it?
I felt like it was. We definitely had a bunch of readings about the conduit.
Mm-hmm.
In that...
Jesus?
Jesus was conduit.
Jesus the conduit?
Yeah. No, the conduit was that guy.
But that guy had a weapon.
Well, I mean, all I have written down for conduit, because my notes are a mess because I don't take notes.
Was the guy the conduit, or is the shield the conduit?
We do not know.
Well, here's the thing. This is where I am coming from, which is why Will piped up at all. This man is talking about a thing that by itself won a war, and that it's torn to pieces. Doesn't remember the name.
Yeah.
So bring one up, but he brings another one up. He's not talking about a person. He's clearly talking about a thing.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is everything in that space talked about the place that the conduit was resting.
Okay.
Solid logic.
And the thing we disturbed was the guy. The only thing in my notes are conduit, mummy, may have been the Wanderer or the Madman.
I mean,
I literally labeled it as the person, probably
that
for a
is
reason.
And maybe, and if that is Art's theory, he might actually be right. Like,
yeah,
you know,
could be.
It's not like,
it's
not like we know. So everyone's just like guessing.
I think to that end, Art would say, I think we fought at least a part of the conduit. I think that was what we killed.
This is Adam thinking out loud. We've never been 100% sure what that space was, where it was. We're not sure if it was floating, underground. Could that space be the interior of the conduit?
Absolutely, it could.
Mm-hmm. We wouldn't know.
No,
but
we wouldn't.
No, but all we know is that specifically, I feel like I remember things about the conduit being at rest, which also goes in line with what Withersby is saying, is like they put it in places so it could not be active.
Yeah.
But we did activate something. And then we did kill a guy who I did label as the conduit. Whether or not that was accurate.
Yeah, I don't think the guy was the conduit. I think either the shield or the space might be part of it, or a piece of it, or an unactivated version of it.
Yeah, I think that was all a piece of it. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if, like, the weapon had, at the time, included, like, a host. So it could have been, like, the fact that the mummy and the shield was, like, a piece.
I mean, again, it doesn't seem like this thing does anything unless you put a person to actually cast and, like, use it.
Which is,
Just like, it might not be a weapon that can be used, like, that can work on its own.
Yeah, which is kind of why I think the space might be the conduit, because that guy was there and he had his shield and shit, but once we iced his ass, everything started going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Everything shut down, yeah.
Maybe it has to be a combination of person and weapon.
And it was basically activating, like, kind of, I'm going to say cryo sleep chamber just because I don't have, like, a thing. But, like, we shut down a security system that was active and then went in.
Yeah.
And fought whatever the security system was trying to keep inside, basically.
Yeah.
Is what we did in there. So.
Everyone's reasoning is solid, I will say.
DM nods feverishly throughout this whole thing is all I'm seeing.
Can't say anything. It's illegal.
No, I know. This is the puzzle you've given to us. But yeah, I knew I had written down conduit. I knew that was like a word we had specifically come into contact with.
Very fun stuff.
Fun, right, yeah.
But you can definitely confirm that there was something that was taking apart into many, then hidden away.
Yes, that much I can be absolutely sure of.
Well, it was hidden, and the Wanderer's notes brought us to where it was.
Indeed. Now, did these notes say anything else about any other bits, or was it just this bit? And may I see the shield?
You can see it.
May I hold the shield?
Right, careful, it explodes.
Yeah, don't use magic in or around it.
Don't put your hand in it.
Duly noted.
Did Withersby see the mace?
Oh,
he didn't seem interested in seeing modern reproductions.
No.
No.
Reproductions, yeah.
That one he did not give a shit about.
Oh, okay.
Like the batteries, he was mildly interested in, but he kind of lost interest pretty fast. It's the shield and the orb.
I want to say,
He's like,
Will is listening more intently than he may have and listened to anybody in recent memory.
Yeah. Sorry, I know he's more interested in the shield and the orb. I just, for some reason, I thought that maybe the mace wouldn't have come up, but I guess us killing that cult section would probably be.
It's pretty important.
Yeah, that would.
I think it would have come up purely because
thing
it seems like it's the same type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it would have come up purely from that.
I feel like Art was trying to frame it in the sense of like this is all part of the same research because like there is a modern sect that is reproducing these items, which means they probably have more information about this past stuff than we have because like they're making things that we have no idea how we would make.
Interesting observation, I must say. But this is the Church of the One God. They're nothing but a nuisance. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's nothing to worry about. You've even got one of your little friends who was in town who had a run-in with them somewhat recently. It doesn't matter.
Libra.
Yes, that's the one. The
Did he
funny
die?
fellow with the finger beans.
Yeah.
Did he die? Did they kill him?
No.
Good.
He's alive. He nearly died one time,
I bet.
as far as I recall. He was doing something to do with the robbery here. That didn't pan out, and then there was a murder and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
We'll have to talk to him.
But yes, I guess to that end, if you don't have anything else to share, did we ever get information about like the hollows and if they were related to anything? Or has that just been, because we did bring one back through a plant and
Sure did.
put it in the museum. I remember that.
Are you asking that in character?
Yes. Would bring, if it felt like we were starting to wrap up, I think Art would bring it up.
I see. So, this nasty skeleton man appears to be more akin to the newer recreations of this old magic or technology or what have you. Obviously, not exactly the same, but it seems to be drawing from a similar power source, and that's hence the elongation and all the twisty silver bits coming off of him. Couldn't say exactly what the goal is, but it seems to be trying to use life force in some capacity. Whether or not this in particular worked, in this case, I couldn't really say. But my gut feeling is to say that it did not. A failed experiment, if you will.
A failed experiment that had been going on for about 20 years or so.
Indeed. What makes you say that?
That I saw them 20 years ago.
Ah, yes. Yes, you mentioned that before, yes, with the Incoom. I understand.
I may have. I may not have. Hard to remember, really.
I'm pretty sure you had when
I'm pretty sure I did. He was very traumatized.
I think it was all part of the, like, explanation as to where these things came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. If memory serves.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a small request. May I borrow the shield and the orb and study them further?
No, you cannot keep them.
Not keep. They will be here if you ever need them back. You can always come and get them.
You can't have it.
My goodness.
I think perhaps what our associate is trying to say is that we will require these on the next leg of our journey. If we are to see if there is compatible technology or anything of the sort, we will need these available.
Your reasoning is sound. I understand.
So perhaps you can keep them with supervision. Art looks at Will.
Until we leave.
For the days that we are in town, yes.
I see. Very well, I suppose, yes. Maybe one. Just one? Could I have?
You have until we leave. So we're going to study them. Go fast.
Fine.
And when we return, hopefully with more pieces of the puzzle, you can examine them together again.
You drive a hard bargain, but I understand. Now, I believe that is all. Yes?
Where's our
Unless
money?
I forget.
I believe you owe us some cash.
Money. The money. The money, of course. Yes. No, I'm sorry. I was wrapped up in the moment. I will pay. Just one moment, please. Just a moment.
He shuffles behind his desk, and you hear a metal clattering. And after a few moments, he comes back with a sack of gold.
Damn.
Like a sack.
It just loaded. All that museum money. The donations.
Yeah, Scap's gonna be here being like, okay, wait.
All right.
So
I
it
thought
does
you
make
said
money.
this wasn't a money thing.
Why doesn't people just love museums?
I mean,
Well, then it is a money thing. Huh?
this is definitely a money thing. The museum is just a nerd thing.
I think this
Nerd
is his
things
money.
Can be money things.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I mean, he
Is
knows that. That was his job.
Is that not literally what he's been trying to do? That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I mean, he
He's
works
trying to
on
make nerd things money
commission.
things.
Yeah. He didn't work on whatever others.
Gaff, I used to think you were cool.
Brix says as she takes the whole bag of money.
You guys have gone above and beyond. You really
Amazing.
knocked it out of the park with this one.
Woo!
And you brought back everything relevant
Oop.
and explained everything. So he's going to give you a nice solid 950.
Oh,
Damn. Each?
Yes.
$9.50 each?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Baron, the money.
I told you you get money.
Fucking. Oh my god, I have over 1,000 gold.
I love being obscenely rich.
$9.50.
So obviously that's not all in gold coins. There's a bunch of
$9.50.
platinum in there. You know?
I'm just writing it down as gold
Yeah, no, I know. It's
to
like
make my
that's
brain
yeah.
happy.
So I'm still going to be calling it gold,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of what you're carrying around, you're not just carrying around a
Sacks
huge,
of
massive fucking sack of gold.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got platinum coins to make it easier.
I do hope that this is satisfactory.
I'd say.
I believe this will be for this leg of the journey. Can we expect a similar stipend after our return from Bell? Provided you are willing to continue funding the operation.
But of course, this is my life's passion. What is money next to discovery?
How do you make all this money, Withersby?
Grants mostly.
Oh.
Only
Not
fans.
a very smart and well-informed fiscal decisions.
Hmm.
Have you hired adventurers to go off after this information before?
Perhaps.
Never came back, huh?
Oh, they have. Just empty-handed, mostly.
Idiots.
Amateurs.
Fair.
Granted,
We have been gone for like 2.5 months.
we didn't have as good of a lead
Mm-hmm.
prior. So, who's to say whether or not they'd been able to?
Fair.
Who's to say? Are you sure I just can't have the orb?
Withersby.
I do think it would be safer if everything stayed with us.
Ah, fine, fair. I understand. No, it's very exciting.
It is very exciting. I will give you that.
Well, all right then. If I learn of anything more,
Mhm.
I will let you know. And I hope that will be reciprocated.
It will be, and forgive us for sitting on this amount of information, but it was a lot at once, and we figured it would be best to tell you everything in person.
I believe you made the right decision.
One thing we definitely need to do while we're still in Jonstrom is talk to Saul. He still has our big
fucking
stinky rock.
fuck off rock.
Yeah.
And he keeps yelling at us to come get it. But I think wasn't he up at the northern border?
He is now.
Fuck.
Can we just go get our rock?
Yeah, does he have an apprentice?
I mean, he wouldn't have taken the rock with him, no.
He wouldn't have taken the rock. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got fucking interns looking at this shiny ass rock,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
He need to take at least one intern with him to moisten the other leg, though.
ugh.
What?
Why does he
That's
only moisten one leg?
He's an old man. He only has so much energy.
I don't.
He has to.
He does one, gets winded, and then needs another bit.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a thing.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
What would you like to
I
ask?
was going to
Oh.
wait until everybody was leaving the room, though, but...
No. Oh, that's fine.
I'm happy to everyone leave the room and
He's just going to, like, turn around, like, oh, I forgot something.
Art's listening with his special ears. Fuck you.
Professor, just one thing. I almost forgot. This conduit.
Yes.
since you said it was a thing that could be taken apart,
Yes?
do you have any texts that might show what this thing is supposed to have looked like? Even if they are legends.
Perhaps I may. Okay, he's he's rifling through things. These are not original texts or original drawings, any of them. They're recreations that he's done to try and like capture what was there, because all these books are like fucking well over 1,000 years old. But he does hand you something.
Okay.
It sort of resembles the hilt of a sword ish.
So is this like an old drawing or some stuff like that somebody made?
It's like what he could kind of piece together from multiple different documents.
Oh, okay, so he's made this.
Yes, this is his like best estimation as to what all these things might look like.
Okay. So did you draw this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have your references for this?
I may. Somewhere.
If you could give me a list of the texts you have referenced to get here, that would be nice.
All right. What exactly is your goal here, my friend?
I am just very passionate about archaeology, just like you, Mr.
A kindred spirit. One moment, my friend.
Of course.
Okay. So, rifling through papers again, and this time with renewed vigor, retrieves a small stack of documents and hands them over.
Here you go.
All right. Do you need this copy of the drawing? Should I make a new one?
I have multiple.
Oh, that's great. Okay, thank you. We'll be back with so much more information for you very soon.
Very good. I very much look forward to it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good day.
You as well.
How much of that did I hear with my special ears?
Roll a listen.
You're gonna start ringing again for abusing them.
They fucking really are. 32.
You heard all of it. All of it.
Okay, that's all. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Do you want to describe this sword?
Again, from the drawing, it resembles a sword hilt. From what you can see, there's no blade on it. But it's got like a big sphere in the middle of it. On one end of it, there is a cylindrical component.
On the crossguard or on the...
No, the sphere would be the crossguard in this scenario.
Okay.
And there's a couple of like curved panels that come off either side.
Yeah.
And there's another triangular piece. And this is not in the drawing. It's not attached to the quote unquote hilt at all. They could not figure out where the fuck this thing goes.
Okay. So does it have a handle at all or no?
Yes, it does have a cylindrical component that
it's like,
comes out one end. It does look like a sword hilt for all intents and purposes. Can I get you to roll a gather information?
+7.
21. Looking over this, attached to the spherical part on the opposite end of the cylindrical component are two things that resemble the core of the shield.
Okay.
Just the core of it.
All right. Well, I fold it up and put it in my titty pocket.
Very good.
Okay.
What have you learned?
Well, that.
Marvelous.
Well, I learned everything you just told me. And I have a stack of papers too, I guess.
Yep.
That I'm taking with me. Now I may leave.
Okay.
I am done.
Marvelous.
Art is suspiciously just down the hall.
Okay.
As if he were waiting to collect you.
Okay. Hi, Mom.
What's up?
I wasn't going to get lost. It's just one hallway. But thank you.
No, I just figured we should all know where we all are.
I always like it when you want to see me.
I know.
Shall we?
Yeah. And we can head out.
I don't like the tone of voice Art was using there.
Sus.
Always sus. My boy is nothing if not a gossip. He just wants to know what's going on.
Excellent.
Cool.
I mean, he's not going to tell you willingly.
No, exactly. So I'm going to listen in. Duh.
So rude.
I'm just going to continue to spy this man.
Yeah. Duh.
Stalking. I'm into it.
Hey everybody! Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this episode of StumbleQuest. The theme, as always, is Struttin by Louie Zong. Other music by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. And you know, this is a bi-weekly podcast, which means twice a month, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks on August 28th. Till then, check out StumbleQuest.com for more information about the show, cast, and characters. We are at StumbleQuest on Twitter, and if you're feeling a little sociable, want to join the Discord, there are a bunch of cool people there. You should join, and the link is in the description. Of course, 5-star ratings and reviews mean the world to us, and it really helps us out with the algorithms. If you've already been so kind as to do so, maybe tell a friend about us. And also, we are at patreon.com/StumbleQuest. You can still join play-by-post games run by Rosemary. They're exclusive to patrons, and surprise, surprise, I would love to say thank you to them right now. Thank you so much to Andy Animates, Crispy, Eldritch Pixel, Elfheim, John Bridaham, Kellan, Lemon Wiki, Mad Hatter Plush Artist, Mr. Peacher, Mike Provenzano, Shaz Hands, Silver, Striker, The Tommynator, Will the Smoshy, and Zolt. Thank y'all so much. Your support helps us bring every new episode right to you. This episode was edited by myself, Allie, and you can find me at UCTheHat on most socials. And tune in next episode, folks. Oswalt quickly blows all of his newfound gold on every Scruggs novel and variant now that he knows there's more than one book.